Hello and intro. Oh, wait, it's my intro. All right, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where are you seeing me. I appreciate tuning in. Today we're gonna be talking about a topic that I think that it's very important. It gets overseen a lot, and I hope that you come. I hope you leave with some additional knowledge, right? However, let's start with the normal things. Remember, guys, this is live. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help you out, answer them. Even if it's a easy question or anything simple, I might be able to answer it live. Um, if not, I'll continue with my regular programming. Um, Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so I hope that you spend some time with your families and your loved ones and whoever you have. Sometimes we don't have family next to us, but sometimes friends and can bring that comfort. But with that being said, I know that we are coming to the end of the year, and many people are considering or preparing themselves for to purchase a home or sell a home. I have plenty of people that call me and they ask me even before um, reaching out to an agent or before speaking with a lender, because I know that when it comes to the lender, many people don't want their credit to be pulled, right? Because they don't feel completely ready. They've maybe they fixing their credit and having another pull, a hard pull, um, will bring them back down. Or maybe they don't have enough funds. They are a little bit still learning what to expect, right? So in this video is exactly what we're going to be talking about. Um, Before making that phone call to a realtor or a lender, what things that you should be doing. Even now, I know that we are in November, near the end of the last week of November, but you still have a whole month to prepare. Start getting comfortable with your finances, because at the end of the day, they can be ignored. I know there's people that don't like looking at their finances because they get scared. And that's going through your regular bills, going through knowing what's going out, what's going in. This is a must. But I'm getting too much into the to the topics, so let's go right ahead and share. See what we're going to be talking about today. And we will start off with the buyer side. See what we could do here. Okay, so we have, like I said, small intro that we spoke about. We're gonna be talking about five points on the buyer side, and then on the seller side, we will start with the buyers, but feel free to ask any questions along the way. Even if you're watching the recordings, feel free to reach out uh, or give a comment. I'll definitely come back. All right, so my buyers, right? Number one, that would be checking your finance, your financials healthy. It's very important, very, very important, because your financials will play a major role when purchasing a house. Um, so this is it's very important. I can't, I know I've said it a few times already, but reviewing your credit, um, even if it's low, because I know that a lot of people tell me, a lot of clients tell me, oh, it's low, Danny. It's just low. Yes, it's low, right? But what's causing it to be low? Okay, forget about the number. A lot of people get dramatized, and they get frightened because they don't want to face reality. It is understandable. I've been there sometimes as well. When I started this business, I think I was scared. But don't get scared. The number is just a number given by the system that we operate here. Um, and the good thing is that we could change that. You could change it. So don't forget about the number. Just look what's affecting it. And that's easy. You could go to Credit Karma and find out what's affecting it. And I know Credit Karma is going to give you a number, but let's just forget about the number. So some of the things that you might see there, as you see number one, you might have a larger debt. And sometimes it takes something like if you pay $100 towards your debt, or you bring it down halfway, that number is gonna start going up. You're trying to avoid late payments. You're trying to avoid any collections, right? You're trying to keep those things out of that. Don't do too many hard pulls. If you have more than 3 or 4, you borderline. So just stay away from that. Remember, every 2 years, one of the pools goes away. I think every 4, whatever pools are older than 2 years, they go away. And start saving. Start saving. Even if they tell you there's down payment assistance, that's okay. That's just keep saving. Only because you don't have money doesn't mean that you won't qualify for down payment assistance. Because you never know if the house that you fall in love with might need some repairs, and you might be saying, "Oh, I'm buying new construction." That's fine, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna want to buy new furniture. You want to buy new things, right? It just comes out. Okay, so you might want to start building as much as you can. Don't I know I have a lot of clients that tell me, like, how much should I have? um and nowadays I expect you to have 15 to 20,000. I know that sometimes it's hard for some of us to save that much, but you're gonna have to change your mindset. It's all about mindset. And matter of fact, number second is determining your budget. So it's all about mindset and knowing what you want. It makes it easier. The agent is not supposed to be convincing you of your ideal home, of what's suitable for you, or anything like that. The agent is here. I'm just here to help you out on what you can and what you cannot do, leading you in the right path. So that is important. I am not here to convince you to purchase a house. I am not to convince you that a 2 floor is better than 1 floor, or vice versa, or this neighborhood is better than that neighborhood. I'm not here for none of that. An agent shouldn't be trying to convince you. You should know where you want to live. It's just, at the end of the day, it's your house that you're purchasing. Nobody should be um, demanding, like, hey, this is the place you want to be. Now, can we give suggestions? Of course. I could tell you, hey, the city of Katy looks very promising, has a lot for kids, whatever the case it might be. Yes, I could give recommendations, and of course I have plenty of clients that take that in consideration. So that's very, very important as well. Number two, determine your budget. It's something that we just spoke about. I know I have clients that could go and purchase up to almost $500,000, but they want to stay within 250,000. and that's totally fine. No agent or no lender should be obligating you to go that high. You shouldn't. It's your money, and you buy whatever you want, including taxes. Okay, so affordability, calculating that, including your taxes and insurance. I know that there's a lot of websites out there that tell you this home, your monthly will be $1,000, and you like, oh, that's awesome. But they don't include taxes and insurance. Another tip that I give my clients, it's like they tell me they don't know how much they could afford. And so normally I tell them, how much is your rent? And then they'll tell me it's 1,200. Oh, okay. And then I tell them, or they tell me it's 15 or whatever. So I just normally tell them, well, add 600 to it. That'll put you at what, 118. Can you afford that a month? So you start thinking. They start thinking. They say like, it's gonna be a little bit tight, or yeah. I was like, yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. So I tell them that's how much approximately. Now that's a wild guess. But I'm just raising their salary. I'm just raising their monthly, because sometimes the reaction that you get will indicate whether they can or cannot afford a higher monthly payment. So that's something that you could do to yourself. Number three, it's your needs and wants. Another topic. Sometimes you just go in blindsided. You don't know how many people. I tell them, how many square foot are you looking for? Because that's something that we don't think. That's something you as a consumer, you might not be thinking about, and that's totally fine. Like your square footage. Do you want do you want a 1-story, 2-story? People say that 2 stories are more expensive. People say that 1 story it's least expensive, or one has value and the other one has less value. It's all about preference. Okay, it's all about what you want. It really doesn't, that argument doesn't bring any context on what you could afford. It's what you want. I could take a 1-story home and put in a really expensive neighborhood, and that 1 single home will outbeat any 2 stories. Okay, but don't see what you like. If you want high ceilings, or if you want a new construction, all of that, it's very important for you. Okay, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice? Okay, what is it that you're willing to sacrifice? What is it that you're not? I'll tell you my own experience. I told my wife I wanted I wanted a pool in my house, right? And I didn't care about the rest. And sure enough, with that just being said, she was able to pick whatever home she wanted, as long as it had a pool. So, but yeah, know what you want, know what you need. What is it you are willing to sacrifice. And if it's a couple, make sure you talk to each other. um I had a client that we found a really, really nice home, but the walls were pink, and he wasn't willing to let that go. He didn't want to come into the house and start painting, because it was a quick fix. You just paint over it and it will be white. But couldn't come over that. So just know what you want. Know what you really, if you want a big kitchen, so then you want a big kitchen, because all of this information you're gonna pass down to your agent. You're gonna pass down this information to your lender. What is it that you want? Where you want to live? If you want to stay in the same neighborhood that you're living, or you want to go to somewhere else, you want to move closer to your job, stuff like that. Those are the things that you need to be sharing. Okay. What else? Oh, that's the okay. um Study sales prices and seasonal patterns. This could be a little bit more tricky, since you probably are not used to um you're not probably used to looking for a data like that. But it's simple. Just look. Once you know where you want to live, look. Just don't look at the sales. Look at what's also selling. And I know all these websites give you plenty of information of the neighborhoods and anything like that. So take the extra time. This you're investing, you're making a big investment. So you need to take the time. If you rely on your realtor, which is fine, however, you might discover later on once you move in that neighborhood wasn't for you. And as a realtor, we can only go by what you give us. If you don't tell us that no, this neighborhood is not suitable, speak up, because the more you go into contract, once you start digging in, you selected a house and everything, now there's skin in the game, because within the process, the longer you take to speak up, the harder it takes. Okay, yes, you could back out of a deal, but you're gonna end up losing time and money, and you don't want that. As a realtor, I don't want none of my clients going into a lose-lose situation. Okay, so do your research, and then five, once you get everything, you should start reaching out, getting yourself prepared to speak to a lender. So what documents normally do you need? You're gonna need you need a valid ID or valid passport. You're gonna need your last W-2s, like 3 or 4 of them, and you're gonna need your taxes. You need your taxes, your last 2 years, right? Um, and also, oh, and your bank statement. You're gonna have to show your bank statement. And I know that you're gonna say, oh, I don't want people knowing what I want, but this is once again your financials. We need to know that you could afford it. You could afford this. Okay, so that's very important for you. Okay, once you start working, get yourself situated. I know there's a lot of people that like doing their taxes at the very end, cutting it close. Some people do an extension, but you're gonna need your tax return. And as soon as you're done with that, then these are the documents that real the lender will be asking from you. Um, so hopefully that is informative for you. As for my sellers, pretty simple as well. There shouldn't be no stress. You're selling because either you have to or you don't, but you are in a situation that you need to sell. Um, and so let's just go into number. Evaluate your home and conditions, address repairs, and consider a pre-listing inspection. This pretty accurate. Anything that you always say, oh, I'm gonna get to that, oh, I need to get to that, oh, I need to get that. Yeah, you now is the time. To fix that doorknob that doesn't close, that gives you a hard time. You don't know how many times I try to go into the front door, and the key won't turn. It's super hard. You need like DW40, so just take the time. That's what, less than 5 minutes, and loosen it up and fix it quick. So you want to get your house well prepared. Is for, you heard me before, as a presentation. So yeah, and you could do what I also suggest is a pre-inspection. Hire somebody to come in and check the whole house, and they will give you a report, and you could check everything that you've done, that you fix, and then you could present that to your buyers, to de-escalate the amount of money they want to reduce or ask for. It's you showing that you take an initiative, you showing that you're responsible and you take care of your home. Decluttering and staging. It's a proven fact that when you stage your home, houses tend to sell faster. It's just it's just a fact. since you're gonna end up moving, since you're already gonna have to sell, so let's start cleaning up. Let's start getting those boxes out, getting all those personal items. um, you could leave one or two touches of your own personal taste. But if you have a whole wall full of your family pictures, I would suggest you start bringing them down. You could leave one or two. um, you could do that. But at the same time, not making you feel like you total stranger in your home. Those boxes, you don't know where to put those boxes. You could put them in the closet. A lot of people just go in the garage, since that's the most open area. You could just stuff them in there. But those are places that you could live in. Search your local market. Yes, this is very. You need to be very realistic. If you're a seller, you need to be very realistic, because um, at the end of the day, you don't want to get blindsided. You know, um, I just went to a listing, and I was preparing myself to tell my client that prices have gone down. So at the price that they bought their property is not going to be the price they want to sell. And she told me that, yes, I already know prices have gone down. So I'm fully aware. So perfect, perfect. There's no convincing the person has the right mindset. Of course, people think that we love to reduce prices. No, I mean, I wish I could sell everybody's home for the price that they desire, but that's not the case. We're dealing with a market, and the market predicts where we're going. Curve appeal. This curve appeal has to do more with the presentation of the home, the outside. It's very important. Um, do some. You could do some landscape. Your guy that cuts your lawn, just tell him, hey, can you do this? Can you work on this area? Can you how much would this be? Or since you're not going to be listing, we only prepping. Tell them to put you on a plan payment. So how much would it take for you to fix my front porch, or my front uh landscape? How much to paint this? In giving the payment if it's too much, right? If it's too much of a cost. um Very important. Clean out everything. Don't leave anything that doesn't belong in front of the house. Um it doesn't look nice. Okay. And then organizing necessary documents. This is very important, because not the lender but the title company are going to be gathering this, like gather your payoff, your utility bills, and your warranty. This is something that the lender is going to, no, the title company is going to be asking. Just the payoff, not the utility and warranties. Those are just information that you could provide to the new buyer. um, Make sure, this has happened to me multiple times, right? I'll do an estimate, right? I'll do an estimate of how much my seller is going to be getting once we sell, but they forget to tell me that they haven't paid the HOA. They forget to tell me that they didn't pay their taxes. They forget to tell me that they didn't pay a contractor and they have a lien on it. So they expecting X amount of money. That money is going to be taken away from them, because the first thing they're going to pay is your late taxes. The first thing they're going to pay is your HOA. If you're fully aware of that, then just tell the agent. But if you're not, then this is something that you need to make sure. I had a client that didn't pay their taxes, and they were like 20K behind. They were expecting a bigger a bigger sum of money, and they didn't like that. But it wasn't my fault. They didn't disclose that, but the title company will catch that. It's their job to catch it. So be fully aware of that. I think that these points were fully game on. So guys, it's always best to be prepared than to be caught blindsided. um, I hope these are useful for you. I hope that this helps you prepare. And as always, guys, if you have any questions, anything that I could help you, or you have somebody, or you're thinking of selling or buying, I'll be more than happy to assist you. Even if you're not in the state of Texas, I have a high network of clients Let me see if anybody dropped any comments. I know I was a little bit late today, and that's because I have some technical difficulties. No, I have no questions. That's cool. But once again, happy Thanksgiving. I wish you all the best. I know if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, that's cool. But nevertheless, I love you all, and God bless. Till next time, adios.